every single day. Look, this weekend, how many people died on the road here in Harris County? Really, be smart. You have but one life. Don't do something where you either ruin your life or, more importantly, ruin someone else's.
First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 17th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a call for service at the 400th block of West Gray Street, Houston, Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant sitting inside his vehicle. The officer made contact with the defendant and observed the defendant to have bloodshot eyes, unsteady balance, and was confused. The defendant stated he didn't have anything to drink. A Houston Fire Department employee, the wheel witness, stated the defendant was asleep in the driver's side of the vehicle with his foot on the brake and the vehicle in drive. The wheel witness stated he had a hard time waking up the defendant. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN, 5 out of 8 clues observed on the walk-in turn, 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to a breath test. The results were .179 and .175.
Where was he? He was in the middle of the road.
It sounds like, yeah, I know. So it says that he was sitting inside his vehicle on the 400 block of West Gray Street, which is accessible to the public. On a public road.
Oh, please. I have no idea what that is, where it is. Is he in the middle of the road? Is he in a parking lot? Is it Domino's Pizza? I mean,
It says it's on a public street. It says, well, more specifically, it says 400 block of West Gray Street is a public street.
I need more information. I mean, does it say he's a street there, or are you assuming?
No, I'm not assuming. I'm saying what it says is that the 400 block of West Gray Street is a public street. It doesn't say specifically.
It doesn't ask him if he's driving, doesn't none of that in there? I mean, really?
Yeah, he did have the vehicle in drive with his foot on the brake and was unconscious. But in regards to the location aspect of it, there's nothing further stated on that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to find no probable cause. I can't just go forward with assumptions here, Mr. Cleary, be safe, man. We have every single day. Look, this weekend, how many people died on the road here in Harris County? Really, be smart. You have but one life. Don't do something where you either ruin your life or, more importantly, ruin someone else's life. Okay? Please take a seat, sir. I'm going to find no probable cause.
All right, Judge, next is case 4. Door, Adam.
Mr. Dory, you're charged with assault with a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Officer was dispatched to a disturbance. The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship. The complainant stated the defendant shoved her multiple times with his elbow and also grabbed her arm, causing pain. The officer observed the complainant to have a scratch on her chin, scratches on her arm, and a large purple bruise on her right arm.
Know that he hit her? Do we know?
So the complainant stated the defendant shoved her multiple times with his elbow and also grabbed her arm, causing pain.
All right, Mr. Dorn, we're going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. This case is 1,139 days old. If you take off again, I'm going to make the bond so high, you'll have hair falling out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
As it stands now, I'm going to put an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. You will have the GPS monitor. I am now also issuing a protective order that you're not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. Miss Ray Perez is now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit and act in furtherance of an offense under Section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, be in possession of a weapon, or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate this protective order, the state can and will file a violation protective order if it's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do you have a lawyer today?
No, sir.
What are you doing about that?
We need to file one.
Okay, we will give you time. I'm telling you now, I'm fast tracking this to trial. In 30 days, is discovery complete?
Discovery It looks like we are missing some photos potentially, but besides that, discovery is.
If you can try to get on it, 30 days, I'm putting this case to trial. Do you understand? It would behoove you to immediately go out there and start trying to find a lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Fleischer I Your bond conditions. I'm going to have you take a seat while we create all the documents while you sign it, and then you'll be free to go, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. McIntosh, you're charged. You're on bond for a theft. You've now picked up a new theft. On the new case, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 6, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a shoplifting call at Walmart in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the asset protection staff. The complainant stated that he recognized the defendant from a previous encounter. The complainant observed the defendant grab multiple items and attempted to leave the store, passing all points of sale without attempting to pay. The defendant stated he owned a Purple Heart Veterans discount, and therefore the amounts
That was the first step, right? I remember that from the first step. That's 254, right?
Right. So no, this is 255. So maybe similar facts.
No, that's the exact. Then that must be the exact same as the first one.
Let me check. Right. Yeah, that's my father. So the older theft is from December 16th, 2024.
Right.
And that was from Melrose, and this is from a Walmart, and this is on March 6, 2025. I'm not seeing anything on the previous theft regarding the Purple Heart discount.
Okay.
Would you like me to start over?
Just so, to Walmart and how much?
$283.62.
Judge, if you can recall, this is the young man that you had granted a pretrial, you had given a bond for him. You had me to talk to his mother to see if his mother would have a place for him to stay. And she said yes, provided that he puts up an effort to try to get a job and et cetera.
Oh, I remember that. Okay. But you now picked up a new case.
Now,
Have we addressed that since then?
Yeah, we addressed it. We knew that he had picked up another case. That's why you were upset that he had picked up another case while he was on bond for the previous theft. But the court was kind enough to still give him a bond because I had spoken with the mother, and the mother informed me that he could stay there and until such time that he.
Why are we doing another arraignment today?
Yeah, bond conditions have already been set for this.
Why are we doing an arraignment? Is today just a regular setting then? I'm showing them both set for.
Door? It's good, I guess it was just a regular setting. You
Don't-
had a PR bond, and on the
Right.
bond, it had today's date of billing.
If you pick up a third case, I'm going to absolutely lose it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You must get a job or be in school full time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do not use any illegal drugs. If I find that you're using, I will lock you up. Do you understand? We've given you now 2 PR bonds on the first one, 1 PR bond on the second case. That's 3 PR bonds. You will not get another one. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to send you for a drug test. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. Okay, so I guess let's set this case out for a couple of weeks, because I want to know what he's done to get a job. I'm setting your case out for 1 to 2 weeks. I want to see what you have done to get a job. If you have done nothing, if you come here and show me that you have not filled out at least 10 to 15 applications for a job somewhere, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so 2 weeks, you're going to get tested when you come back.
Yes, sir.
Ten.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lee, thank
Thank
you.
you, Ron. Thank you. Have a seat. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Judge, yes, approach on Mr. Perez, it's an arraignment. May I call him up?
Yeah, please.
Ricardo Perez.
Is this all you have today?
No, I've got other ones I need to talk about.
What is the case number?
It is 255-6010.
Buenos días, señor. ¿Nos conteste?
Whereas you were charged with assault, bodily injury, you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay. Hi. Good morning.
On March 16th, 2025, officers were dispatched to an assault with injuries located at 4000 Hollister in Harris County, Texas. The officers were unable to speak with the complainant because his injury caused him to be unconscious. Officers reviewed surveillance, which showed that the defendant pushed down the complainant with both of his hands, causing the complainant to hit his head first on the concrete. It also showed the complainant to be unconscious. The defendant was identified through a witness who called him out on the scene and identified him. And the defendant matched the person in the surveillance
Where
footage.
was this? At a bar? You're drinking? What?
It doesn't state, it just gives an address.
I believe it was at an apartment complex where he resides. My understanding, I guess we'll see what the surveillance shows.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I want you to understand that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. This is now your second assault within the last year and a half to 2 years. If I find that you so much as put hands on any single person, I'm going to lock you up. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescribed controlled medication of little ransom. If I find that you're using, likewise, I will put you in jail. You're ordered not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of any weapons, or not to go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works. For now, I will have you go to Ramona, to Victoria to sign a reset. After that, I'll get you with Fleischer your bond conditions. Be careful. You are skirting extremely thin ice. Do you understand? If that ice cracks, your butt's gonna freeze. Come on.
Roland Westleather, three others. Cruz, Jose Cruz.
Okay.
We submitted the PT application mitigation and the TRAS, we're just waiting, it was approved, we're waiting on the contract.
Is surrendering himself today. I believe papers are filed and everything. But he had, and I'm a little unclear on the details because I wasn't here, but he had brought an AA log that I believe you were gonna, if he had shown you that.
Well, no. I said be creative with what, and I would consider waiving
Sure.
the fee.
And so he's given me an AA log with, all right, give it to the court. Of all the times he had gone. He'd gone almost every day. There were some wildfires that he had to be evacuated from. So that's the only day or a couple of days he missed. Torres.
Okay.
And Mario's off picking a jury across the street. Otherwise he'd be here himself.
The reason I had the problem is because he has a prior intox assault where there's like, and now we have another second.
Understood.
So that's the problem I had. And I was hoping more than just 11 classes.
I understand.
Okay, here, let me give that back to you. Christopher Torres, come up.
Oh, that's right.
So, Mr. Venus, correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure. Yes, Judge. Yes, sir. I'll be as much of a help as I can.
On a sentence of 10 years in prison, probated for 10, can that be used on a third degree to enhance to a 15 to life?
If the probation is successfully completed, no, for enhancement purposes. It could be for jurisdictional purposes, to make under 4904 or whatever it is, to make it would count as a previous conviction for those purposes, just like an assault family member, even a deferred adjudication would count to make a second.
My curiosity stems from because with his intox assault, he was sentenced to 10 years, probated for 10 years, and it looks like he may have completed successfully, but it's still a felony conviction, right?
Correct, but it's not, you can't use it to enhance punishment ranges, essentially. It could be a jurisdictional paragraph, but not an enhancement paragraph, if that makes sense.
My concern, Mr. Torres, is you're now pleading guilty to this DWI second. The problem is that if you pick up another DWI, from now on, you're facing a third degree felony. You're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. And I don't know if they can use that intox assault conviction to enhance you to an even further penalty, a further consequence. I mean, that's why I'm asking you. I don't know. I know misdemeanors, but the problem is that with a felony conviction, they can use it to enhance punishment. Perhaps it's a 15 to life next time you pick up another DWI. I don't know. But do you want to take that risk? That's the problem. I mean, imagine all this that you've suffered now, and we're here yet again. What's it going to take? A death? Well, I know you say no. Everybody says no. If I had one strand of hair for every time, I'd have a nice looking head of hair. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. What are we doing?
Oh, let me get up this straight from the bill.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law, and you give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it will go on your record. It will be there forever. And I'm telling you now, your record, it's not a good thing. You get pulled over, even with the faintest smell of alcohol, you're going to be charged with a felony. Do you understand? I wouldn't, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. So he goes in today?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna waive the fee because you're going into jail now. So I'm not gonna tack it on, but stop. Don't kill someone. This weekend alone, 3 people died on our roads this weekend. This weekend, 3 people died. It's not hard. Just don't get into a car. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm gonna find you guilty, sentence you to 50 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm gonna suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license, and then we'll take him into custody now, and I'm gonna roll your court costs so you won't do anything, all right?
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck. Thank you for coming. Great to see you, man.
You too, Judge.
Okay, Shane. Ms. Gillis.
Yes.
Good morning. So your lawyer is asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before, and I have about 5 minutes to get to know who you are, to see whether it would be right to set you a bond. I have no idea what you're charged with, but the problem is that you are an inherent flight risk because you're wanted out of another jurisdiction. There's a warrant in some other state, and we got you here. Mr. Kim.
Your Honor, around October 31st, 2023, it's alleged out of Pennsylvania that this now defendant manipulated a bank to over 6 transactions, cause a total loss of $780,000 to an elderly individual from the retirement fund. There has been regarding the affidavit, when speaking with the complainant, states that the checks for the individual were mailed out to her name with the corresponding physical address. On notification from DHS, it shows that she is an international flight risk, and due to those factors, the state would be opposed to a bond for the extradition.
Why would the Department of Homeland Security say that she's an international flight risk?
I'm not sure. I can reach out to them, but obviously if I reach out to them, that I mean, I can reach out to DHS and ask why. I only get the notification, and so I haven't spoken with an individual. But
What other criminal history does she have?
she does not have any others, just the 6 incidents arising from this affidavit.
I can clarify. It's possible. I believe they think she's an inherent flight risk because they arrested her at an airport on a connecting flight, which sounds terrible, doesn't it? I'm thinking, oh, she's leaving the country.
Really? Was she headed out of the country?
No, really, she was going to Jamaica. She's from Jamaica. She comes back and forth for business. She's got an H1,
H2B.
something about H visa, and her father is a US citizen. Here's the kicker, Judge. She gave birth January 30th of 2025.
Okay.
She's breastfeeding. So when our lovely county got her, they said, too bad, so sad. She's been in custody for 4 days. They've refused to give her access to a pump. She has asked for a heating pad to do it herself. They've only given it to her 2 times.
I mean, we'll see about, I'll
And
reach
I
out to
just think
medical.
this is
Don't worry about that. I'll reach out to medical.
That
and
is
see what we-
insane.
Yeah, I know,
But,
it sucks.
Like
It-
6
and that can
days
have
later, and I'm like, she was clearly arrested with her child, okay? So it's not like she's lying. But I just think because of that, let's add some other things because that by itself is like, oh, that sucks for you, right? But it's a to-be. It's not like she's a flight risk. It's not like she's a failure to appear. I get that it's like a theft by deception because of some bank mailing thing. She's never given an opportunity to go turn herself in. So I think that considering the fact she's never had an opportunity to turn herself in, this is not where she's just like running the country. She comes here back and forth. Her child is born here. Her father lives here. Connected with the fact that she has some problems going on with her 1-month-old that she's going to have to figure out. I'm asking for a PR bond. I'm asking to give her a chance. We've already done her wrong.
Before I give her a PR bond, I would like you to figure out why they're saying that.
With the international flight risk?
Yeah.
I'm more than willing to
Not only that, but you're telling me that she does this all the time? Let me
Do
see.
you go back and forth? You can tell the judge yourself.
I have a travel visa. I have a visiting visa for the US, which is a 10-year visa, and also have a H2 visa, which is a work visa. I worked in Utah, I worked in South Dakota, South Carolina, Massachusetts, Florida for the past 5 to 6 years, back and forth, and I also
So
do
then you should
extensions.
Prove all this.
Yes, I do. The currency office do have my passport with my visa currently stamped in it.
So let's do this. Let's roll it to tomorrow, because I don't think now it's, wow, is it already 11:30?
Yes.
Holy moly.
So they do have it downstairs in the old.
Tomorrow, I want proof that she does all this international travel routinely, so we know that she's not just trying to take off.
No, sir.
And then I'd like you to reach out to them to see why is she an international flight risk. Is it a 2B?
It is.
You know, I'd like to know how they justify saying that, right? Or do you just think because she's on a flight now? I don't know. That's why.
I'm perfectly willing to call. I'm just obviously aware of making the call to DHS regarding the pending Pennsylvania charge. Yeah, oh, it's got a trigger, so. Because she doesn't have an accident right now, but because she's on a visa in
Oh,
terms of
George,
what they decided to vote.
this is crazy.
So like I said, I'm
Because
willing
then
to,
ICE is going to put a hold on her.
that's what I mean. It's like, I'm
ICE is
willing.
gonna do it regardless.
ICE has not
If
put a
she-
hold.
No. If she's here with the proper documentation, they're not gonna put a hit on her. If she's here with the visas, then there's no reason for her to put a hit.
Judge, they're deporting students nowadays, but hey, that's okay. All right, I'd like to put you on the email with medical about the breast pump. I find that outrageous.
Yes, I will help you with that. Don't worry. But I'm not prepared to set her a bond yet with
Okay,
Mr. Kim saying the international, and then she's on a flight to Jamaica.
we'll get the proof. I'm gonna have to zoom in tomorrow though, but I'll get it handled.
Sure, of course.
Yes,
Let's
sure.
get there.
Hi, please, of course.
Good
It's
morning.
been a while.
I
How are
know.
you? Good to see you.
You too,
I'm so sorry. There's so much drama up there, you know? It's just too much.
It is, but you
Down
know,
here, it's, you know,
where they put me is where I go.
I get it.
I'm here on Miss Gutierrez, Sandra Gutierrez.
Oh, it's not.
Come up, Miss Gutierrez. Either you have a problem or you just don't care about court orders. It's one or the other. If you have a problem, I'm going to address it for you. And I promise you, you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? I'm now going to put an ankle monitor on you. And if I ever find that you test positive again for anything, and I don't give a rat's behind what it is, you will stay with me. And if it becomes an extreme case, I can have a hearing to hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days, probate it for 2 years, and put you in a lockdown rehab facility. Do you understand? If that's what it's going to take. I'm amending the conditions now to put a scram on her ankle. I hope, above all else in this short life, you are not driving. Because if it comes to my attention that you are in violation of this affidavit, it's really not going to go well for you. You understand?
Yes.
Okay? All right?
Your Honor, we do have an offer, and we wanted to run it by you to see if it was something that you'd take. It is a jail offer.
So, Your Honor, it was, yeah, and this was a, I didn't see it, but yes, it was a minimum of 30. I think we just didn't realize she had 10 days credit, so it wouldn't be a time serve.
How does she have 10 days credit?
I didn't run her, so that's
That's what she did let me know. She has about 10 days credit. So we can verify.
254, 5,000. 5,005. I don't know.
Ms. Judge.
Sandra Gutierrez?
Hmm?
She had 1 day.
She has 1 day credit.
1 day. Where'd you get 10
One
days from?
day.
That's
Well,
okay.
I was in jail so I was on probation before when I caught this new charge. I was actually did a 5-year probation, and I was supposed to sign my papers that day that I was, I guess, exited out of jail, the day that I left jail. And
Look,
it was like a week before, so yeah,
please,
I'm not sure.
just, you guys talk it over. I don't want you to say something that really hurts your case, you know. So it's probably better that you just talk with Ms. Chisholm, figure out what you guys, we only have 1 day credit here. That's all we have. If you want to, I'm happy to do it.
That's good, Judge.
If you guys want to do it.
The 1 day, Judge?
Right, well, she has 1 day credit. I'm not going to give her more than she's entitled to.
I understand.
You know, I can only give you what you're entitled to,
Yes,
right?
Judge.
What you have here. So if you want to do that, you have my blessing. It's up to you guys. You let
Sounds
me
good,
know.
Judge.
But as of today, if she leaves here, she gets an ankle monitor. Plus, and then if you test positive again, it's not going to go well for you. Okay?
Sounds good. Judge,
So you let me know. Yes, ma'am.
does she have to go back in here, Judge?
No, but she's got to meet with pretrial.
Yes.
Fam, on which one? Miss Gutierrez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's a second, am I right?
Yes, Judge.
What happens the next time? If you ever pick up another DWI, what's going to happen?
It'll be a felony.
2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Any prior pen trips?
Yes, Judge.
How many?
Just one.
You could be potentially a 15 to life case next time you pick up a DWI. 15 to life, minimum. With your record, just mere smell will be enough. So if I were you, if you want to get lit, wonderful. Just don't get into a car. Find another way. Take an Uber. 30 to 50 bucks will get you wherever you want to go in this city. Don't matter where you want to go. Anywhere. You understand? It's not hard. 1 button. All you need to do is literally push 1 button. Car waiting for you, wherever you want to. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. You understand?
Yes.
This will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Now, is it being reduced to a first?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. There is a surcharge that you will be required to pay in this case. You will be required to pay a $3,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? It's a second, I'm not waiving it, and it's being reduced to a first. You were lucky because a second, it's a $6,000 surcharge that you be, if you don't pay one day, every $100 you owe. So you will be required to pay this fee. You will also be required to pay the court costs as well. You have entered into an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. As part of the agreement, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, one victim impact panel. You will do a TRAS to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. They may do inpatient, intensive outpatient treatment. They may do just supportive outpatient treatment. They may do inpatient treatment. I don't know what they're going to do, but you must fulfill whatever they say. Do you understand?
Yes.
No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock. But since you don't have the ability to drive, you must get a portable device, 25 hours of community service. Do you have any children? Okay, get rid of the community service. I'd rather do a parenting class. $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. If you need extra time to pay, we will give it to you. All you have to do is ask. I'm telling you now, there's 3 possible things that could make this thing really go sideways. The first is if you drink. If you consume, a warrant will be issued. They will file a motion to revoke your probation. We will have a hearing here. If they prove it to me that you're consuming, it's very well possible that we put you into inpatient treatment. The other thing the worst possible thing you could do is drive. If you drive without a Texas driver license and liability insurance, likewise, they will issue a motion to revoke. The other thing is take off. If you abscond and you take off, it's an instant warrant. If you ever have an issue, you can come talk to us. We can work it out. There's nothing that can be solved. Everything can be solved in this life, one way or the other. Those are the 3 things that are all hangups. Do you understand?
Sure.
So cut her fees. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Was there an accident in this case? No? Okay. All right, ma'am. Best of luck to you. We'll have you meet with Shori.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse. Thank you, Judge. Good to see you again.
I don't have it. I ain't got it.
Trey, do you have the financial?
What happened?
We're trying to get a plea worked out with restitution.
Oh, this is what you were asking?
Yes.
It's just,
Michael?
Mr. Anthony Lopez,
Yeah,
it seems like he needs to pay out of pocket 1,500.
okay.
So could we get 30 days, Your Honor?
Oh, it's time served.
Yes.
How much do you want?
30 days.
I'm not gonna do 30 days. This case is 210 days old. I mean, this should have done a long time ago. I'll give him a couple weeks, but Michael, that's
Sure.
right. So here's the deal. We don't, you gotta understand that the business that we're in, we don't trust people, right?
Understand.
We gotta have the stuff up front because we've been burned plenty of times. So if that's the route that you want to do, take the time served, you have to pay restitution first. Can you generate the bill if you don't mind? That
Yes,
way
it's
we-
already generated.
We can give you the bill to you. I will give you 2 weeks. Your case is 210 days old, so I'm not giving you much time. I'll give you 2 weeks. If you've got it paid, great. If you don't, we can do a probation and then you can pay it as while you're going on the probation. So don't stress. If you don't have it, then, don't do anything you shouldn't do, right?
Yes, sir.
At the worst is the worst, we can always do it through a probation, okay?
sir.
You got 2 weeks.
I can get it done.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then I have Mr. Louis Lemus, Your Honor. We submitted a mitigation packet. Ashley's waiting to see if he has proof for college before she makes a decision. Can I get a week or so?
I mean, all he has to do is get proof of college, right?
Yeah.
Literally,
I
that's
don't-
something that you can just pull up on your phone and email. I'll give you till Monday.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
If it's not turned in Monday, I'm not doing any more research.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we had to leave February 1st.
Judge Pepper Spears. I found it. I got signed.
Yes. Hey, there we go.
So.
Carl, Page, you got Page
I'm here.
7 and 8, Fraser.
Come up, Mr. Frazier. If you look on the TV, this is the lawyer that's been appointed to represent you, Mr. Pruitt. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me he cannot get a hold of you, if you pick up a new case, if you become a danger to my community, it's just not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm not asking much. All I want you to do is be a productive citizen, do as much as you can to help out everyone, and be nice. Do you understand?
Sure, no
Okay. So, Deputy, do you mind getting his cell phone number? Do you have a pen? I need you to write down your cell phone so I can give it to Mr. Pruitt, and then I'll have him reach out to you here momentarily.
Judge House, May 6th through the 8th.
May 6th to the 8th, Carl. Thanks, Deputy.
May the 8th is good.
While you have this lawyer, Mr. Frazier, I will waive your appearance. Is that a 3-2 at the end, or is 3-3? 3-2?
Could be 5:32.
Well, he's your lawyer. I'm gonna waive your appearance, so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But you gotta stay in touch with him. You understand?
Sure.
Okay, I've texted you to the cell phone. We'll have you sign your reset, and then you're good to go. Okay, good luck, Mr. Frazier.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, man.
Are you texting it to me or are you putting it in the?
I chatted it to you.
Oh, chatted it. Okay. Good
Yeah,
enough.
so take care. Look at the chat, okay?
Gotcha. Thank you.
Are we doing a plea?
Yes, Judge, but just want to make sure we do waive the DPS fine for Mr. Garza.
Is it a first or is it a
The
second?
first, Judge?
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
let's get this done because I need to take off.
Yes, Judge. Sorry about that. I was in felony court.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Mr. Garza, come up this way.
And since, can you get the waiver?
Yes, I'll do that right now.
All right, Judge, that's all.
And then Deputy, we have one more person for you to take in. Mr. Proctor. Mr. Proctor,
Sorry.
you now have 2 warrants for your arrest for failure to abide by the bond conditions for continually picking up cases. So we're taking you into custody now. You have the 2 warrants. So he goes with you. Come on up, Mr. Garza. Mr. Garza, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you have done. You need to understand that this charge, it's going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You ever get pulled over again, an officer's going to see this. If they smell anything funky, if they smell alcohol, if they smell marijuana, it's not going to go well for you. It's probably not going to go well for you. Don't give them the ammunition. Don't really. All you have to do is one button on your phone. A car will take you wherever you want to go, $40. You understand?
Understood.
Right. It's not hard. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, and give up the right to appeal, like I said. So that's why it stays on your record forever. Is this what you want to do?
I'm gonna have to plead, plead guilty.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor, it's
Your other option is trial.
this is the only best option right now. In trial, I would need better representation, and you being a defense attorney, you know how this is gonna go, and It's not gonna work out, and I'm not in a financial I'm sorry to interrupt you, I'm not in a financial
Let's
standpoint for
go
trials,
hire a
so.
lawyer if you want, but
Yeah.
you need to understand, I'm not gonna take this plea if you don't think you're guilty. You know, we don't play games here, right? You need to understand that he's got a lot of stuff going on in his life too. He's got hundreds of cases, right? So the evidence is out there. It is what it is. Have you been able to see the evidence?
I have, and it's not good, but it's not bad
We'll
either.
talk about the facts of the case.
I'm just saying, if you've seen what's out there, I don't know. I have not seen it, but juries aren't dumb.
Yeah.
They know what drunk people look like. They know what intoxicated people. Drunk doesn't have to be falling down stupid where you pissed all over yourself. And no, it doesn't have to be like that. And you understand?
I understand.
Because this is a lifetime decision that you make today. Once you do this, there's no turning back. So you need to be fully aware, because like I said, there's no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. From now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up here. So if you want to do it, we can. If you don't, we can set you for trial. Did you apply for PTI or no?
Judge, we talked a lot about PTI and it was an income issue. He just doesn't think he can afford PTI, but we've had many conversations about it.
That's something you're going to pay for it one way or the other. You know, DPS is going to start charging you for this thing, right? Your insurance is going to skyrocket. Insurance now is crazy as it is. So you're going to pay for it one way or the other. The option for PTI is if you're granted entry into it and you complete it, the case gets dismissed.
Not in a financial standpoint, Jaden. Like, I've been over my financials, and I don't want to be in a bigger hole than what I'm already in.
Don't want a trial?
I'm waiving the right to a trial.
Okay, all right. How do you plead to the case? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. The only thing, just don't pick up another one. If you think that this was bad, wait till you get a second DWI. Wait till you get it only gets worse. Now, he's asking me to waive the fee for you, which is a $3,500 fee. I'm going to do it now, but you pick up a second DWI, it's a $6,000 fee, not to mention the minimum of 30 days in jail. So get a clue. It's not hard. You understand? All right, best of luck, man.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just be safe. It's not hard.